American soldiers, law enforcement officers, firefighters, and special agents have embraced the long-held secret of the Russian military, and that is the Russian kettlebell. And this one single tool has impacted the strength and conditioning, the levels of practitioners that are so profoundly often regarded as the most effective tool for making massive changes in strength, conditioning, and physique. I can only hope. And joining us today to share the secrets of kettlebell training and giving us an opportunity to do it ourselves are two very special people. We've got Keira Newton, who is the owner of DKB Fitness in Santa Fe and co-owner of Firebellz in Albuquerque, our good friend Zar Horton, and he is also a longtime veteran of the Albuquerque Fire Department. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Nikki.
It's good to have you both. I like it when you're not kicking my butt and you're just being nice sitting on the couch. Well, I want to talk to you first, Zar, because I want to ask you first to describe kettlebells to people who are completely unfamiliar with it, and just tell us a little bit about Firebellz as well.
Okay. The kettlebell looks like, to describe it, looks like a cannonball with a handle.
Yeah.
It's an implement that's been around since the 1700s. It's made a reintroduction into the United States in around the year 2000 by a gentleman named Pavel Tsatsouline. It can be used in a variety of ways, much different than mainstream fitness today.
Okay.
And these non-traditional techniques utilize the full body rather than training in isolated muscle groups. And through that, because it's very intense, you've had a couple of workouts in they're
yes,
pretty intense.
Very intense.
So
very intense.
you achieve through this a high degree of cardiovascular endurance and conditioning, full body muscular strength, improved flexibility and range of motion. So it has a nice carryover into daily life activities or for improved performance for athletes.
Well, I like the fact that you're getting your cardio, you're getting your strength training, you're getting everything, and you're also sometimes even getting rehabilitation efforts taken care of as well. You can see right here, these are the kettlebells, of course, that Zar is talking about. And they kind of do look like cannonballs with handles. I never thought of it that way, but that's absolutely true. Now, Zar, let me ask you this. Are there any limitations for anybody? I mean, are there any boundaries as to who can or cannot do a kettlebell workout?
I've not run into anybody that I couldn't teach kettlebells to.
Wow.
We use progression teaching, so based on their ability, range of motion, strength, age, and what they can do, we start their training at different places.
Okay.
For an athlete, we'll start them at a particular place. Somebody who's elderly and doesn't have quite the mobility, we'll do a different progression into that, but we have a full variety of body types and ages, from youth to elderly, across the board, physiques, all types of people training with kettlebells.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, you can see on the video right here, you see all different body types, as you mentioned. Absolutely. You're seeing a lot of women doing this, right? I like that, Keira. Lots of women doing it. And I like the fact that you said, you know, you can start somebody at their own pace, because a lot of people have their own specific boundaries and limitations. So they come to you and they say, here's what I can or can't do, and you start them from there, which I love. Now, I just want to mention this because this is a really big deal. You're only one of 9 people in the world, and I want to emphasize the world, to have the certification that you do. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
My current certification is RKC. I'm a senior RKC underneath Pavel Tsatsouline, who has the RKC, is the originator of the RKC system. It's recognized worldwide as the gold standard in kettlebell trainer for certifications. I've been certified since 2004. And I was promoted to team leader, and just last year I was promoted to senior. Keira here has now been promoted to team leader, which is very cool. And the RKC system holds trainers to the highest standards to ensure that they can teach these techniques safely and effectively to whatever population that comes into the doors.
And it's so cool that you're here in New Mexico. I mean, when you think about somebody being one of 9 people in the world that's certified to do something, and you can have that kind of training right here in New Mexico, and you can go, of course, to Zar here in Albuquerque, or you can also head to Santa Fe, where Keira is now. What's really cool is you're actually responsible for originally training Keira. So does that mean that being that I'm training with you now, that one day I can actually look like this?
Yes,
Is that possible?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I sure hope so. Well, okay, so tell us a little bit, Keira, about DKB Fitness, what it's all about, and just kind of how you do it. What do you do every day?
Well, our company focuses on 3 main things.
Okay.
First, we use the kettlebell. Like Zar said, it's a full body movement. It's going to roll over into activities of daily life, which are really important. So we focus mainly on the skill of kettlebell first. So I think people are a little bit surprised at first to be lifting up 50 pounds of dog food or, you know, their kid, and they feel like, wow, this is, you know, this is really amazing.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because it takes you into everyday life activities.
That's right, exactly. And the way that you're using the kettlebell is a little bit more applicable, I believe, in our activities.
And it's so much about form, from what I'm learning. It's so much about your posture and the way, I mean, you know, with Zar, he'll say, you know, arch your back, shoulders back. I mean, all these techniques that you don't think about, but it's so important, isn't it?
It's so important, and if you don't follow those basic guidelines, you really could get hurt. So we emphasize training with somebody who's certified. It's really important.
It really is.
Yeah.
And in addition to the fact that we're learning something that's going to help us in our everyday life, we're also going to be able to look better. And of course, people are very targeted and focused on what results look like when you go into a new workout program. So let's look at some of the recent results. Tell us about this.
Oh, let me grab my notes here. This is Randall.
Okay.
This is from our 12-week boot camp, but this is only 8 weeks in.
Wow.
So 8 weeks in, he's lost 21 pounds and 14 inches, and this is 8.2% of his overall body.
That's fantastic.
Composition, which is really, really inspiring.
I think anytime you see a before and after, it's your automatic trigger to get inspired.
Yes,
for sure.
I agree.
And we have a few other. Let's take a look at the next one as well. Oh, this is
also Randall, which is really beautiful.
Yeah, I want to get rid of back fat, just in case you were wondering. So let's work on that, please.
This can be done. This can be done.
The cry of all women across the world alone. Now, I mean, it really is amazing that that's 8 weeks. Now, technically, do you find, both of you, do you find that men seem to lose the weight faster than women? Because it seems to be the way it is.
Generally, it is.
It is that way.
Unfortunately, it's sad, but it is true.
Why?
I believe it's the composition of hormone and muscle tissue tends to burn more calories per amount of effort.
Okay. So as usual, we have to work harder.
Heavier weights.
We do.
Heavier weights burn more calories, so men are generally stronger, so that's why.
Okay. So we'll just work a little bit harder. Now, who is this that we're looking at right now?
This is Kristen, and Kristen lost 13 pounds, also in 8 weeks. So she still is in boot camp, actually, as we speak. So this is 13 pounds down, and this is 9% of her overall body composition. Wow. Again, really impressive.
Look at the difference in her tummy.
Yes.
And speaking of tummies, talk about a difference.
This is John Hoffman. He was the winner of our first and second body transformation 12-week contests. He has now has over a total of 60 pounds gone. He's changed his life. He used to be very deconditioned, a very heavy guy. Now he's biking to work. He's had a complete lifestyle change. It's amazing. And we've had a lot of people that had similar results to John. It's a very cool thing and a great inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, he went from being, I need to lose weight, to the situation. I mean, now he's a situation wanting to show off his abs, I would assume.
And he's
pretty cool.
become super strong and really athletic.
And that's probably, and like going back to what you were saying, now with summer coming, people want to get outdoors more, people want to do more activities that involve, you know, that involve your athletic abilities and strength. So this has to help. Now, I want to also take a look, of course, because I'm fortunate enough to be training with you now, Zar, and I want to show everybody that even I can do it. Even it wouldn't be me. Okay, well, that's a nice position. Thanks there, guys. Appreciate that. But you see what I'm saying about the form? Like, there's a very specific form. So explain what you're showing me there.
I'm showing you the beginning mechanics of the deadlift, and we have leg position, hip position, back position, how to create force and let the bell. You're learning the swing here now. We went from the deadlift into the swing, and so you're learning the mechanics on how to generate the force and make this thing swing. And when you do this, it's a very high caloric burner.
Oh yeah, it is.
And
I mean, really
leg strengthener as well.
And Keira, what are you doing over here as well?
This is a squat. This is done by one of my students who actually is at a 60-pound loss at this point.
Okay.
She's training to be an RKC, so she has 2 kettlebells in her hand and she's doing a squat.
That was hard, yeah. I mean, all of this, it is a lot more focused and concentrated than a lot of people realize. And I want everyone to listen up, because the DKB Boot Camp is a 12-week body transformation program. It is starting the week of April 4th, which is next week.
Correct.
And there's going to be 2 sessions available in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 5 to 6 a.m. and an evening session Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8 to 9 a.m. And just keep in mind that space will be limited, so you want to sign up right away to ensure that. Now, you can also see at the bottom of the screen explain exactly where you need to go to get information. Zar, Firebellz will also be doing a special body transformation contest. Tell us about that real quick.
It's a 12-week program as well. We start in May. This will be our 4th one. It's evolved into something that's getting extraordinary results for people. In this one, much like John, in one contest, our friend Jesus has lost 50 pounds in about 11 weeks. He's been working really hard, but it's been really amazing. He's brought his whole family, and he's now biking to work as well. Had a great lifestyle change.
Awesome.
So
and you can see, of course, I don't mean to cut you up, but I want to let everybody know on the screen that is the address and also the website in order to get in touch with Firebellz. And this is how you can get a hold of DKB Fitness. And you guys are both going to be back to talk more about what you do. So if you feel like you haven't gotten enough, there's a lot more to come in the next few weeks, in the next few months, hopefully, as well, coming up with both of you. I want to thank you so much for being here. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you, Nikki.
We're going to be cleaning garages next. Stay tuned. Clean your body, clean your garage. It's all the same.